So they say the best emulator handheld you own is the one you always carry. But I know some people might not be able to afford an emulator, or they just haven't had the chance to get an emulator. Well, the good news is you probably already have a device that can emulate. The iPhone. The iPhone just came out with a really cool app. The Delta Emulator for the iPhone is a full emulation system. It plays Game Boy Advance games, some DS games, etc. So as you can see, I already have some Game Boy Advance games, but how do you import games? Well, let me go to my computer and show you how that's done. So as you can see on my desktop, I have a file that ends in .gba. Now that indicates that this is a GBA game. Now where do you find these files? I cannot tell you. All I can tell you is Google is your friend. You're going to want to search for ROMs, and you should have a pretty easy time finding it. If you're having trouble, go on Reddit and just type in the search bar how to find ROMs, and I'm sure it will guide you along the way. So once you've acquired any ROMs, you're going to unzip it, and I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it into my ROMs folder. Now you can see right here, this is my OneDrive. If you don't have OneDrive or Dropbox or a cloud service, you can always email yourself the game as an attachment. Granted, that might take a little bit more time, but that is one way you can do that. So this right here is the same file that I just dragged and dropped off my PC. Once again, you can email it to yourself, but once you get that, you're going to go ahead and click this. And let's go ahead and click share, which allows you to save this to your files. So let's go ahead and click save. So here is my ROMs folder. If you click on this button right here, we can click on date, and that will give us the... So here's Blender Bros. I'm gonna go ahead and click this and then just click on open. And since I already have imported it, it shows up right there. So let's say you uploaded a game and it doesn't have cover art. Well, you can just hold on to that. You'll see this menu, click on change artwork, go to games database, and you'll find the correct artwork. So you can click on that and it will appear. As you can see, I already did this on all of my other games. After that, it's pretty simple. You can just click on the game and it'll open right up. Another cool thing about Delta is you can change the skins. So if we go to menu, main menu, and click on the settings cog up on the top left corner, click on the Game Boy Advance section, click on that, you can see I have tons of skins. Now, where do you find these skins? Well, let me go ahead and show you. Go ahead and delete that, go to my Safari. You're gonna go to skinsfordelta.com, and here's a skin. You just click on it, and then you download. They have more skins, like if I go back, they have all sorts of different systems, but for now, we're gonna go with the Game Boy Advance. And let's go with this cool white one. Let's say download. After you download it, you go back to the Delta app. Then you go to the cog settings, go to the system that you want, click on the top, just like that, and then click the plus. I'm gonna have to find this. I know it's on my iCloud drive under my downloads. And we're gonna go ahead and open these files. These are the ones we just downloaded, and they'll pop up just like that. You can click on it like that to activate it. So now, when we go back to our game, you can see the new skin. And another cool thing I wanna show you is there's this option called hold button, and I found hold button mode helps for games like Mario Kart. If you want to save states, you can just press the menu button and then save state here, but I'm going to go ahead and load my last save state. So what does hold button do? Well, as you can see, there's the L button, the R button, and the Z button, which would usually be controlled by your pointer fingers, but I need to hold A to hit the gas. And because I turned on, so you can say click hold buttons, just tap on A, click menu, resume. Now when I hold A, I don't have to keep my finger on that A button, which allows me to use the Z button with my thumb, which activates the fire button. And that really helps when you're playing racing games. I don't know if this really applies for other games, but I noticed the hold button option really comes in handy when you're playing games like Mario Kart. Let's go back to the main menu. So there you have it. You learned how to install your games or upload your games, install them, and change your cover art along with changing the skins. That's pretty much all I have right now for the Delta app. I highly recommend you check this out if you don't have an emulation device yet. But this is really cool, and the plus side is I will always have this phone in my pocket. So definitely check this out if you're looking for some good emulation on the go.